sing a song and join the jamboree. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
Mickey Mouse Club, Mickey Mouse Club,
Here we go, a marching and a shouting merrily. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. We play fair and we work hard and we're in harmony. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. Forever let us hold our banner high, 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 high. Come along and sing the song and join the jamboree. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
Mickey Mouse,
M-O-U-S-E.
Mickey Mouse,
M-O-U-S-E.
Mickey Mouse,
M-O-U-S-E.
Mouse Club. Come along and sing a song and join the family.
Hello, beautiful people. It's Tim, fashionably late but dead on time for 420. Happy Friday, mother truckers. Yes. Sorry that I'm a bit late and that the sound sucks. Those two things are, as you can probably appreciate, intimately connected. I have a fantastic happening for you today. If it's your first time here, welcome along. Haere mai. Aroha nui. This is happening. This is a live streaming art show hosted by yours truly, Tim Batt, and it was born out of lockdown, and it will survive out of lockdown, and it survived in between lockdowns, and we're about in the place where I live, Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau. We're about to exit lockdown number 2. Nice jacket. Thank you very much, Rez. Hey, let me know how the sound is, if it's like, serviceable. Hopefully it is. For the love of God, I spent a very long time just trying to get a fucking microphone to work. But it was like, nah, dude, I'm not going to register that. You want to send video and audio through an HDMI cable simultaneously and it's worked every other time you've done it? Pfft, how about not today, mate? How about it? We've got so many people to talk to and so many cool things to show you. But of course, we got to kick off with Albatross Watch. Let's see these beautiful birds, everybody. Now, I'm just going to be doing this in real time. I wanted to get some information for y'all as well about these beautiful birds. Because I saw the Royal Albatross down south very recently, as I mentioned last episode, and I was bombarded with facts, and I remember none of them. But I remember bits of them, and I don't want to bullshit you. Southern Royal Albatross, this sounds like the right ones. Oh, they're looking... Fuck, that is a beautiful vista that the Department of Conservation's live streaming to us from the Catlins today. Look at that sunset. Is it a sunset? It's kind of a sunset, isn't it? They are the largest seabird from the albatross family, the Southern Royal Albatross, an average wingspan of 3 meters. That is 9.8 feet for our American imperialists. Largest species of albatross, together with the wandering albatross. I love that that is their way of saying it's the number 2. It's one of the 2 largest species. Just say it's number 2. It's clearly not number 1, or you'd say it's the biggest one. Recent studies indicate that the Southern Royal Albatross may, on average, be somewhat larger than the wandering albatross in mass and have similar wingspan. I see, so they kind of trade blows and trade stats. That is such a beautiful image that I think we should just go back and forward to that periodically throughout the show. A lot better than being faced with my mug for too long. Sounds good. It's crisp. Hi, old new people. Very good. Got a bit of chat happening. So we're streaming, hopefully, to a couple places at once. Actually, maybe that's not true today, because I think when I rebooted to try and fix the sound, I crashed the Facebook Live. So many pieces to this puzzle going on. So maybe we're just on YouTube. But if you're seeing this from somewhere else and you want to participate in the chat, get yo ass over to YouTube. And if you want the quick way of doing it, just go to happeningshow.com. did a little Twitter poll that I thought would be interesting. I wanted to get a vibe of the political leanings of our fair watchers. And let me see if I can get this in a little screen grab, actually. I think that'll be a bit more fun in a window grab. So the question that I posed for the audience today, yeah, here we go. Capitalism, question mark. And then I wanted to know, do you on Twitter, my dear followers of Happening, think that it is, your options are yum, yuck, or just a dollop? Thank you. Oh boy, I've fiffed it. I'm trying to get it on screen for you. Now I've made it tiny. Let me see if I can get that. No, that's fucked. I've fucked it. Let me start again. But I'll give you the stats while I'm getting the pictures up. So if you don't need the if you're not a super visual person, then this is gonna work just fine for you. In first place, yuck, with 67.6% of the vote. And to be honest, I'm not shocked about that. I'm just not. In second place, just a dollop, thank you, on 29.4%. It's kind of the voices of reason in the crowd, I think. The fucking window capture's not working either. We're having a very successful tech day, as we always do on this live streaming art show. And in terms of the fanatics of capitalism, Yum coming in last place at 2.9%. If you go to twitter.com/happening_show, that's where you can find that. And actually, Mark, that legend, has made up a... Did I put this in this stack? Yeah, here we go. Look at this. We've got so just a little lovely updated screen there for you can find all the stuff. But if you go to happeningshow.com, you will see it there. You see all the socials and all the ways that you can get in touch with us and submit things. It's going to be cool. Check again, Tim. It's now 69%. Is it really? Day of days. If you guys have absolutely nailed this to get to 69 and like keep it on lock, I'll be a happy man. You're gonna make this Timbo happy man. In fact, I'm gonna go so far as to try this window capture thing again so that we can get it on screen. What do you say, folks? Is this? Yeah, it's... Look, it's doing a weird thing where it's not really... It's not playing ball, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to assume it's 69, and we're going to run with that understanding. Now, we're going to get a bloody wriggle on, because I'm so late that I'm going to be keeping all my guests waiting. So let's see what we got in the bloody lineup today, everybody. Well, as always, we're kicking off with Kiera's animal pick of the day. Let me find this lovely little lizard. Oh, let me just take that off. Here we go. How do I change my transitions? I want the funky one back. I think that's working now. And we should have a bit of this. That's where you can follow Kiera on Twitter. I thought I copy and pasted Kiera's email, but maybe I didn't. So let me just grab that now. It's a nice short one, as it often is. You should follow Kiera on Twitter as well. The new Discord requested a reptile for happening this week, so here is a lizard from when I lived in the desert. Lots of lizards live in the desert, but this boy was startling because I found him at work. He's actually the second lizard I found at work. The other was a baby sent from my iPhone. Thanks, Kiera. Always great to see your animals. Always bloody happy to see them. Next up, we've got, oh yeah, Tom Noisling sent us some pixel art. He actually sent this a little while ago. Yeah, see, this is the good thing, Nathan. You thought you were late, you're dead on time, my friend. And sorry to the guests who I'm keeping waiting and are probably going to now cancel on me, but that'll be just a nice surprise for you and I for later on. So Tom has sent in some pixel art actually a while ago. I forgot to get to it. Let me get this up on screen first so that I can read the email. Tom writes, hi Tim. Wow, who would have thought... Oh, let me get that. Who would have thought that doing some pixel art was so relaxing? My first foray into that 8-bit style. Oh, it's doing it automatically. I told it not to do that, but that's okay. You can get a copper load of this. It's going prematurely, you see. Here are our beautiful rabbits, Fosco and Donna, as well as a sneak peek at the happening video game coming soon to the Nintendo Entertainment System. Live every pixel, love every pixel, from Tom. hopefully they haven't been on my screen, so hopefully they've just been cycling through and you've been able to cop a load of these beautiful rabbits and this art. And Tom's in the chat. He says, "Yay! I've since been doing some tutorials and updated that Donna picture at the Twitter." Oh, do I? I've got a different. Tom, have you got two? Have you got two different Twitter accounts? Because I got to be honest with you, buddy. I had a separate one, which I was going to attempt to put on screen right now. Oops, let's take here off. So you can actually see that. Or have I screwed up my toms? Have I got my toms wrong? I thought it was that. I should take it off screen for fear of being wrong. Tom, thank you as always. You are an incredibly multifaceted creator of beautiful things. And it was cool to hang out with you the other week as well. That was such a treat. When I was down the line seeing some big, beautiful albatross? It's albatrosses, I imagine. Okay. I'm supposed to be talking to a cool cat now. Down in my hometown of Ototahi, Liam K. Swig. So first what I'd like to do, this is a bit out of order, but I'll kick this on so that I can try and get him on the phone. That's cute, isn't it? How old am I? I think we'll play the song first, and then we'll kind of explain what's going on, where you can get the EP, all of this lovely stuff. Hopefully, I will have Liam on the line to do that himself. So, in the meantime, this is from I think it's like an independent record label. That's the thing that's called Big Fresh Collective, run by Liam K. Swigs in Christchurch, and they've just released an EP called Project Bluebelt Volume number 2. This is a track called Test Drive VIP. Enjoy the ever-loving heck out of it.
nothing but ass and titties. But I let that ass convince me. Took it in that hit that wish I could say it was accidental. Like I slipped on a banana peel and fell in that pussy. Y'all niggas be spending all kind of skrill to get in that pussy. And she cop for 7 every Friday. Chuck the deuces at her baby daddy as I pulled up out the driveway for real. Here we go again. Back in your pussy, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's when you that's when I do, yeah. If you're on BFM, that's when you know you're doing things, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, alright. So, like, the Sega Dreamcast, the, like, acclaimed video game console from sort of, like, late '90s, early 2000s, um, we've been, like I've been having a quarter life crisis, so I've just been really getting into all the video games from when I was a kid, and we decided to do, like, a remix themed compilation around, like, original soundtracks from games that are, on the Dreamcast, and just remix them and give them a bit of a, like, breakbeat 160 jungle sort of vibe.
Man.
And that's it, yeah.
So were you like the Dreamcast aspect was kind of inspo for you
Yeah.
getting the
Yeah.
tracks and stuff. Like so Test Drive VIP, by the way, I was muted before, by the way, so I'm just checking in the chat if people can actually hear me now. Hopefully I've like pushed a button on that'll let people hear me. What was the game that because I was getting kind of like Gran Turismo vibes, but that's not a Dreamcast game. What was the
Nah.
vibe? What were the influences for that one that I played?
So that game is literally called Test Drive 6, I think, which is like a kind of long running Sega equivalent to kind of Gran Turismo like, but like more arcadey.
And what do you use to make the music? Because I have gotten like in a pretty big way. I've fucked with artists who actually hack Game Boys and stuff so they can use the original sound chips because they're such purists. There's
Yeah.
like I'm sure you know about this stuff. There's like whole communities of dudes, particularly in the States, who buy up this super old hardware like Commodore 64s and Super Nintendos and Segas so that
Yeah.
they can use the actual sound hardware that produced the original soundtracks. Is
Yeah,
that like,
yeah.
are you going into that depth or are you
Oh,
emulating?
fuck no. Fuck no. We're like the opposite end of the scale. I use my like MacBook keyboard. And like we use Ableton. I mean, I use Ableton personally. Some of the other boys might use other doors, but we just grab it off. I don't know if you remember like emulators back in the day, and they had
course.
those dodgy, weird websites where you could get all the games. Well, a lot of those websites have like all the soundtracks stripped from the game, so we just chuck it in and kind of like try and make it a bit more palatable for a sound system or a rig, and yeah, like turn it into like a remixy sort of like dance song. Like what some of them are like very similar to the original, and then others are like completely taken in a new direction. It's almost like it just has to be like with a sample from a Dreamcast game, and you can kind of like go from there, you know.
We've had a few people in the comments saying that it sounds like Chicago House, and I definitely get that vibe. Of like, it
Yeah.
fucking, but I've said this on the show before. It blows my mind that House is back. I'm like
Yeah.
excited and kind of bemused and confused by it because House was massive. I want to say like 15 years ago, and then it got
Yeah.
super uncool all of a sudden. But now it's super back on.
Totally. Well, like, so we're really influenced by like sort of like this Chicago style of music. It's called footwork and juke, which is just like a modern derivative of like a sped up version of ghetto house back in the day. And like over the last 10 years, that's kind of been partnered a little bit with like jungle and sort of more up tempo music, and like that's kind of where we're heading. Like we don't fucking like drum and bass, but we like we like that upbeat sort of like, you know, the housey sort of gangster vibe. You know, that's what it's all about.
Dude,
We drink bourbon and coke.
Christchurch loves D&B. They're
Yeah.
they're as perfect appearing as bourbon and coke, I would say.
Yeah, I reckon those guys will drink long whites though. So you know,
That's true. Times are changing.
they
So,
are.
what's the vibe of the people who have contributed to this EP? And can you like break down what is the vibe? The Big Fresh Collective is the record label, and do
Yeah.
you run that? Like, run me through some of those logistics.
Okay, so like the Big Fresh Collective is like, it's sort of now a record label, but it's a crew we started up back in 2014 down here in Christchurch after the earthquakes when I was a young gun. I was about 18 years old at the time, and like I got paired up with a lot of my friends just through love of drugs and alcohol, of like who are like who are like DJs, and I kind of come from a more alternative New Zealand hip hop background, but we kind of come together and we got a show on trusty old Pulsar FM, and we were on there for about
with
2
my man
years.
Snap.
Yeah, snap, you snap. We got kicked off in famous fashion, but
What happened? You can't open that story up and then not tell us what happened.
oh, I could tell you like willingly. We were just renowned. Like we've got a really tradey sort of like semi-mask listener base. You wouldn't expect it with all the Dreamcast sort of remixes, but you know, we're appealing to the inner child. But like, so we used to get the boys up in the studio, and then it kind of went a bit too far, and it was like we might have like 50 people in the studio. So if you do 50 times a 12-pack of bourbons, you could
Yeah.
think of the recycling that was like left at the end. So
Yeah.
we were getting in a bit of trouble because we were just like, you know,
Tearing
and
the
Matt-
studio asunder.
oh, we were trying to keep it real, but there's just
Yeah.
masses of bourbon cans. But I tell you what happened was Forrest and Bird was underneath, and someone smoked a cigarette out the window, tried to flick it out, and it landed on their balcony, and no one there smoked cigarettes. So next thing you know, Pulsar was in a meeting with their landlord, nearly losing their building, and we kind of become the scapegoat. But it was the best time to go. And then we headed to RDU for a little bit, and we've been sort of independent since, on radio wise. But otherwise, sorry, Big Fresh is now, the last 2 years, we've sort of been treating it as more of a label down here in Christchurch, and we work with people from all over New Zealand and all over the world, mainly the UK, America, Poland.
Fuck yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so this is the type of music that we're into. It's called sort of like juke and footwork influence, 160 BPM music, and like there's a whole world of it out there. Like, but it really stems a lot from the likes of like Tech Life and DJ Rashad over in Chicago as our main influences.
I would love to play one more track off this EP that you've just put out, which is called Project Blue Belt Volume 2, which you can check out at the URL that's on screen right now under Liam's beautiful face. So we've played VIP, Test Drive VIP.
Mm-hmm.
Should we play Heartland VIP, Go Go Blueprint Rally VIP, Bizarre Creations?
Fuck, it's a tough one. Heartland is me. I do like the Go Go Blueprint Rally. Maybe Go Go Blueprint Rally, because that'll get some people in the feels, I reckon.
Well, good on you for not just being a dude who's sniffing his own farts 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Sick. Hey, it's so good to talk to you, Liam. Thank you for joining us on the show, and fucking good on you for putting this beautiful music out into the world, dude.
Oh, wicked. Thanks, man.
And what everyone should go and throw their money at your Bandcamp. Right?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
This is the ask, right?
Yeah, I'll go spend it all on bourbon and coke.
Sick. All right. Well, here is what was it called again? Sorry, Go Go Blueprint. My screen.
Blue Belt Rally.
My bad. Here it is. Go to the URL you see on screen right now, everybody. Throw your money down, and hopefully this will work. Get a load of this shit.
Wicked. Oh, cool.
I was in the groove too hard. That was from Liam, who we just spoke to, runs the label, the bigfreshcollective.bandcamp.com is where you got to go to get the brand new 4-track EP. That was a bop, man. I like that in a big old way. And it looks like the peeps on the YouTube do. The people on YouTube do as well. I love when someone pushes a loud button and then shit drops. Reminds me of a hacking scene in movies. Shit, yeah. This show would go well with hallucinogens. Most shows do. That's the thing about both hallucinogens and art. If you've just joined us on Happening, if it's your first time, welcome along. This is a live streaming art show hosted by me, Tim Batt, that we do every Fridays, 4 p.m. local time in New Zealand. The Twitter question today, and it got to 69%, the number one, and then it's gone back down a little bit. I've simply asked the question on twitter.com/happening_show. Capitalism? Question mark. Your options: yum, yuck, or just a dollop. Thank you. Yuck is in number one. Was briefly at 69%. It's actually dropped down a bit now to 67.4. Just a dollop. Thank you in second place at 30.2%, and yum at 2.3%. That is about what I would expect. Unfortunately, can't get window capture to work. And if there's any tech heads in the crowd, here's why. I've got dual screens running, and one's at 1080 and the other one's at like 4K. And I don't think Windows is handling the scaling between those two things very well, or at least OBS isn't. You guys don't need to know about my problems though. We're going to change gears a little bit now. We've got a beautiful video from Summer. And here is the accompanying email first off. Hey Tim, my friend Tom put me onto your show and I've been watching the Savo, really enjoying it and think it's a great idea. I thought I'd send you some art since it's something you suggest. I make YouTube videos about our native wildlife and getting outdoors, looking for species I've never seen before and that kind of thing. It's educational, but I do have a casual approach and apparently it's funny too. Hey, heads up everybody, I watched the video. Summer's dynamite. Very funny. Anyway, here's my latest video. Would love for you to share it on your show or any of my other videos if you like them. Channel name is Outdoors with Some, which maybe I can pop you on screen right about now. Funk Soul Brother. Oh, actually, I'll do that in a sec. Thanks for your entertaining Friday afternoon, Summer. This is great. Kick your feet up, get a load of some parrot facts, and please enjoy this video from our latest contributor, Summer. Oh, it didn't work.
Hey, you know what's smart? Birds. Birds are real smart. You know those velociraptors that were in Jurassic Park, and there's that scene where they're coming into the kitchen and the kids are in there and they like use their claws to open the door handles like, yo! You know what evolved from dinosaurs? Birds did. So birds are smart, I'm telling you. Some can solve problems and use tools and they actually think about what they're doing, and then some are also even self-aware. So like they are reflective of their own thoughts and behaviours. Actually disregard that, that's just speculation from me, but you get the point. Hello, this is Summer speaking. Welcome to Outdoors with Some, and today we're talking about bird intelligence. More specifically, how did parrots get so smart? That's what I want to know. Alright, today we're using some absolutely iconic New Zealand birds as our models. The kea, which is an alpine parrot, considered one of the most intelligent birds in the world, and their cousins, the kaka, which live in the forest. But what I really want to know is, how did they evolve to become so smart? What had to happen in order for them to evolve this intelligence, and what is it specifically that makes them intelligent? Now usually it's the mammals that are considered to be intelligent. In particular, lots of research has gone into ape intelligence because it helps us to understand how our own species, humans, their closest relatives, have become as advanced as we are compared to other animals. The intelligence of birds, on the other hand, hasn't received quite as much as attention, but it should really, because actually some parts of our brains have developed in very similar ways, even though we haven't been closely related to them for about 300 million years. We also share other ways of living, and those ways of living may be what contributed to us developing such similar brains in the first place. Alright, now pay attention. Both apes and parrots, they all have these things in common. First thing, they live in a variable environment. So that means things like the food is only available in certain patches, maybe it only ripens at certain times of the year, and the climate is very variable too. So kea, they're the only alpine parrots in the world, so they live in mountainous areas. That kind of climate is very difficult because sometimes during the summer it's really hot and dry, and then in the winter there's snow and ice. It means that you have to be able to survive in a whole range of environments that other animals, they might live in something that's a little bit more easy. Now, number 2 is quite a varied diet. Because apes and parrots live in very variable environments, that means that their food sources are often very variable as well. So a great example of that is the kaka. Now, kaka have a huge range of different foods that they can eat. During the summertime, kaka are feeding on things like berries and fruits. Spring, they're after nectar from flowers, and they've got a tongue that they can use to put into the flower. Then in the autumn, they can go for things like seeds. Winter, they can crack into bark of trees and that kind of thing, sticks, and get at the little insects that are living in there. And also they can collect sap from trees too. You have to have a lot of brain power and a lot of know-how to know how to access all of those kinds of different foods, which leads in quite nicely into the next point. It's number 3, which is a long period of development as a juvenile before being independent from the parents. So basically what that means, basically what that means is that the juveniles, the young of parrots and apes, are juveniles for quite a bit longer compared to other species of animals. That's because they need more time to learn how to access all of those tricky foods while they have an adult with them that can look after them. A couple of years ago I was filming juvenile care and I noticed that they often had an adult with them, kind of supervising them while they worked out how to eat all of those different foods. Sometimes they even had to show the juveniles how to do it, which was fun to watch. And that's also how baby orangutans and other apes learn how to get their food as well. Okay, and number 4. Number 4, live in complex social groups. Socializing's hard. Both parrots and apes are very social animals. They're usually hanging around in groups together, hanging out. You've got your males, you've got your females, you've got your young, all ages, all different kinds, and somehow they all have to get along. It actually requires quite a lot of brain power to live in a very social group. You need to be able to recognize each other, form long relationships with each other. And you also need to be able to think about how other members of the group, what their relationship is with the members of group that you're friends with. So all of that is a lot to keep track of. Sometimes even I find that hard. It's an advantage to be living in a group in this kind of situation, and that's probably because they live in a highly variable environment, so you need to depend on one another to be able to survive. Now, all of these factors have contributed to parrot and primate brains developing in similar ways, to the extent that our forebrains are actually a pretty similar size relative to our body size, even though we haven't been related for about 300 million years. And now hopefully you'll see parrots in a whole new light too, now that we've seen how similar they've evolved compared to primates and what we can learn about our own development as a result. So yeah, hopefully you think birds are pretty smart now. Maybe I changed your mind. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments, and remember to like as well, and you could even subscribe if you want. I don't know, you do you. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Delivering the intel. I'm sorry, I had muted myself, so the wider world missed that compliment, Summer. But what I was saying is that you need to be on Discovery Channel, my friend.
Yes, please hire me.
Hi, Summer. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the live show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Thanks for coming on, and thank you so much for making that amazing video. You are really freaking good at this. What is your background? Are you like a full-on scientist come entertainer? What's the situation here?
Kind of. I did like a zoology degree. It's something that I always wanted to do since I was really, really young. So it's kind of always been on my radar, but like I'm just a big fan of YouTube in general anyway. So like it just kind of really naturally happened. And it was also like I wanted to be self-employed for a while as well. So it's just a really fun way for me to be able to go out and look for animals, do stuff that I like, which is like just going out into the field and looking for different species and stuff like that.
And
So yeah.
did you mention just before we got on air that did you work for Doc, or do you still work for Doc?
I worked at the Albatross Centre, yeah. So they have the Albatross Centre and then they have Doc as well. But I've done some conservation work in the past too, and I still like volunteer a lot in that kind of field as well. So yeah, I do a bit of both.
Doc are so cool. They are by far, I reckon, the coolest government department that we have.
Absolutely, yeah.
We need to get them some more cashish. It's just like
Yes.
going around when I did the like looking at the albatross, and I often go on hikes and stuff. I get so much value out of the New Zealand Department of Conservation that I want to like donate to them,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if there's
Yeah.
is that even possible? Can you give them money somehow?
I think so. I don't know a specific way, but surely there must be a way because I guess they're under the government, so I guess they get their own funding. But there's definitely like smaller organisations that you can donate to as well that aren't government funded. So those are always good ways to go. Like the Wildlife Hospital in Dunedin, they rely on
Shout
donations and things like that. Shout out.
Wildlife Hospital. Google it, get your credit card out, chuck your
Uh-huh.
digits in, you can part with $7. What is that? A
Buy some
coffee and a
fish
half?
smoothies, yeah.
Come on, guys, we can
Penguins.
do it. I saw a yellow-eyed penguin when I was down south.
Wow, you're very lucky.
Thrilling, because they're like, there's not a lot of them, huh?
No, and unfortunately they're not going to be doing well in future. I don't think they keep coming up into a lot of different problems, so they need lots of help, and it's cool that you got to see one for sure.
Let's change tack to something slightly more positive. I am
Okay.
fascinated by these super intelligent birds that you're talking about. Like,
Uh-huh.
it blows my mind that it seems like whenever we try to define intelligence and consciousness and stuff, it's always really human centric, and it's like humans are separated from the rest of the animal kingdom because we can use tools and stuff, and no one else can use tools. Oh, except
Yeah.
crows. They're fucking good at it. It's like
Yeah.
no other animal can use language. Oh, except some species of birds which do it really well and have like a really advanced system of communicating with each other orally.
Uh-huh.
Birds just seem to be a massive exception to the rule, and crows, what the fuck are crows up to? They're so smart.
I know. I wish we had some. Oh, I guess we do have magpies in New Zealand, so maybe I'll make a video on those. But yeah, crows are super smart too, and I wanted to mention them in the video as well. But had to do the parrots first because we've just got we've got some great ones here. I love the kea, I love the kaka. I live in Wellington, so we've got lots of kaka around all the time, which is really nice. But yeah, that was kind of the inspiration for the video. I'm really interested in evolution and that kind of thing, and seeing how other animals do compare to us. Because, yeah, the thing that was most interesting for me with that video is that we haven't been related to them for about 300 million years, but we've still evolved really similarly over that time. So yeah, those kinds of things just really interest me, and that's what I want to tell people about.
Hell yeah. Well, you are such a gifted communicator. Like, I honestly, you need a TV show. The world needs you to have a TV show.
Thank you.
Also, AJ just commented, and I've got to back this as well. Are magpies crows? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're in the crow family. Yeah, yeah. Because
Wow.
if you take the white off them and put the black on, then they just like look exactly like a crow. So
That makes sense, but if you take the white off a cow, then you've just got a horse, but they're different things. So it doesn't always work for every animal species. What is smarter, a kea or a magpie?
If it's a magpie, probably a kea, but the Californian crows, those are the ones that are on a very similar level. But I think kea do have some things in particular about them that do make them like a little bit more intelligent in that particular kind of way. Like they've done lots of self-recognition tests on them and things. There's heaps more videos on YouTube, like they can recognize themselves in mirrors and
Whoa.
yeah, that kind
Really?
of thing. So, yeah, you should go look it up.
2-year-olds can't do that.
Yeah, they say they're about as smart as like a 2-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's like a really important stage of childhood development is when a kid can look in a mirror and be like, there's me.
Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
another baby. There's me.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't
when
know
they
that
can
any
leave the
animal
room.
could do that.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
That is so sweet. Well, Summer, thank you so much for the vid, for sending it in, and for having a chat. I cannot encourage more that everyone gets on. The URL's been on screen the whole time for... Oh, it's hard to point the right way. Everything's mirrored. Get on that. Just Google Outdoors with Sum on YouTube. You need to get one of those short little URLs as well, Summer. So you go and claim one of those so it can just be like
I will.
Outdoors with Sum.
Good idea.
But people will find you in the meantime. And man, so is it cool? Can we play more of these videos of yours? Do we have carte blanche on happening to just wheel these out?
Absolutely. I usually do one every couple of weeks or so, but I'm hoping to be able to do more in the future, so there's more to come.
You're an absolute legend. It's very nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. Thanks so much for having me.
Take care, Summer.
Bye.
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 Those videos are legitimately dope as hell. Let's check in on the Twitter poll, everybody. Oh, Tom sent in some more pixel art as well, which is very cool. You know what I like about Tom? He just decides to learn how to do something and he just does it. He just figures it out. Capitalism is the question today. Yuck. I'm just going to refresh to check if these figures have changed at all. Oh, Yuck is at 65.9%, Just a Dollop at 31.8%, and Yum at 2.3%. So I think Just a Dollop's gone up and Yum has gone down slightly, if my memory's correct. But, of course, predominantly, I would expect nothing less from you guys. Yuck is at almost 2/3 of the answering public. And to be honest, that's what we want to see. What else do we have for you today? Chris Stratton, friend of mine, art director in general, and just talented creative dude, has made these phenomenal videos that I played a couple happenings ago. I played the first few of a series called Wet Bones that he made, season 1. I think let's play maybe one, maybe a couple. Let's find out. This is the 4th episode from season 1. There's 2 seasons. You can find it online if you look up Chris Stratton. I don't have a little taggy thing for him. But if you look up Wet Bones and Chris Stratton on YouTube, you'll find the whole series if you really love this. And I do. So enjoy.
How's that? Very good.
That is Wet Bones, season 1, episode 4, with Chris Stratton and his buddies, including Virginia and Hamish Parkinson, a guy who I would love to co-host the show with at some point soon, actually. That was episode number 4, entitled School. Let's see another one. It's like Teletubbies. Again. This one's number 5. This one is called Wet Bones Love. folks. I said it before and I said it again. The aesthetic for the 2020s is skeletons. It's skeletons all the way down now. Skeletons perfectly represent where we're at. Thank you to Chris Stratton and the creative team behind that. There's Wet Bones. You should check that out on YouTube. Sorry, I don't have a little chyron or lower third for it at this juncture. Dry Bones has us all pegged up, says Mallow Code. We've got a little treat from Mallow Code coming up a little bit later on in the show. Right now, though, time to get back into some cool-ass music, I reckon. Now, hopefully we're going to have a chat to this artist on the other side of this video, but I saw this video and I was like, I got to put this on. I love this so much. And this is not really how Happening works at all, but I was like, even if I do not hear back from this person via Facebook Messenger or email, I'm just going to play the video and hope they don't mind. I love this a lot. This is Little Stiffy Firebase. Please enjoy it. There we go. Oh, let me get the thing back on screen. So that's Little Stiffy featuring in the video the nation of Japan, I'm pretty sure, which is pretty hot shit, and also a gorgeous man called Tender Moonlight who did a music video. What am I talking about? A theme song. Sorry, I'm clicking things while I'm talking. A theme song for the latest season of my podcast with Guy Montgomery, The Worst Idea of All Time, and it absolutely slaps, just like that song does. Let me get his thingy up so that, yeah, there we go, so we can still see where to get that fine ass music. Pattern recognition label.bandcamp.com. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to get your tunes from. Such a it's so lush. I love that video. Very lush. A++ says Sarah in the comments. Do you ever see something and think to yourself, I remember this forever? That's this video for me. That is from Kevin. Tender Moonlight, such sweet moves. Absolutely. Hey, should I see, this is a little bit extra for experts, but should I see if I can get, yeah, let's do this. Let's see if I can get the Tender Moonlight podcast theme that was created for the Worst Idea of All Time's latest season, so that you guys can hear that too. Highly unorthodox. We're really going outside the bounds now. Actually, do I have that on here at Ready Access? Maybe I don't. Oh, or do I? Yes, I do. I'm going to play the 30-second version because it's cooler. Make sure that this is all bloody good to go. All right, hey, check this out, guys. Hopefully this works. This is the new podcast theme by Tender Moonlight, who is the very good-looking man who you saw in that music video for season 5 of The Worst Idea of All Time. This is a little self-indulgent, but we'll accept it. Oh, I love that. Isn't that nice? What we're doing this season, traditionally, I don't know who the Venn diagram includes that doesn't know about the podcast but does know about happening, but just in case, Worst Idea of All Time, been going for like 6 years now. Previously, what we've done is watch the same movie every week and keep reviewing it for a year. Now we're watching the Emmanuel series of softcore pornographic films. I'm taking Tender Moonlight / Little Stiffy's Chiron off screen because I don't know if they want to be associated with this hot mess that we've got ourselves into. But Guy and I are now watching all of the softcore pornos in the Emmanuel series. There's like 50 of them. Too many. You can get that from all good podcast stores. Cool. What else we got for you? Oh, shit. I know what else we got for you, folks. That tasty little treat that I threatened for you earlier from Mellow Code. In fact, you know what? Let's save that a little bit because there's something else I want to play first. Excuse me. Will anyone get my reference if I say the music reminds me of running FitnessGram Pacer test music? Ashlyn, that isn't one for me. I've missed the reference, but maybe some other good people will know exactly what you are talking about. What I would like to do right now is read and showcase a beautiful offering from JL. So let me see if I can get this on screen. First up. Oh boy. What needs to play first? I think the slideshow. Oh boy. Hopefully this is the way forward, folks. Okay. Don't know if any of these will make the cut, but after last week's plea for submissions and slightly shorter stream, I finally mustered up the courage to send you something. JL, thank you so much for recognizing the SOS call from my life raft. It was a little bit short because I was incredibly sick as well as devoid of content. First, here's something I made for Gish during the first week of August. Gish is the greatest international scavenger hunt. If you haven't heard of it, I think you would like it. Very positive, creative, and fun. This challenge was making LGBTQIA+ rainbow melted crayon art in a short time-lapse video. Here's a link to the unlisted video on YouTube, but I'm also attaching a downloadable one if that's better for your show. Let me play that. Oh no, I thought I took it off auto, but I didn't. My bad. Check this video out, which hopefully will keep looping as I talk. So this is the time-lapse video of JL creating this really cool bit of art, which you have seen the finished product for on the slideshow there. Look at that! Crayons in a hairdryer. That hairdryer's dank as hell too. I don't normally see those sized ones outside of a hotel setting, but like, I want one. And I don't even really use a hairdryer. There's just something cool about like a bright pink hotel sized one in my everyday life that I would enjoy. Anyway, back to Le slideshow. Oh, is that... oh boy, that's a long transition time. Let me just let me fix a couple of things here, folks. Let me tell this thing to chill the hell out for just 1 second, shall I? All right, let's focus for a sec. Here's a small photo collage of before and after shots. I never tried this technique before. Fun but highly unpredictable. Can't control the melted wax like paint. It just takes some crayons, glue, and a hairdryer. Super cheap and easy quarantine project. Another guest challenge was to serve feet loaf for dinner. Thought you might get a kick out of what I made. Oh, hello. I've just had a caller appear, which we'll get to in just a second. One moment, good sir. I'll finish some art and then I'll get to you, beautiful artist. This is cool. This is the feet loaf. That's exactly what that is. I'm in the US, so I've been in continuous lockdown since March. One thing that brightened the worst of my spring lockdown malaise was a robin making a nest on my front porch and watching the progression of life as the nest was built, eggs laid, baby birds hatching, and eventually learning to fly and leave the nest. Holy shit! Can you think of anything sweeter than that? I specifically got that bird gif and changed it into a movie so I could show you, and then I didn't put it in the bloody thing. But I refused to let this moment pass without showing you this gorgeous robin. So let me get that on screen for you beautiful people. Look at this, look at this, look at this robin building a nest over time. Oh. What time/day are you planning on doing this week's happening? Well, it's happening right now. Also, I hope you're feeling better from last week. You sounded a little under the weather. I was severely under the weather. Thank you so much for giving a crap, JL. Thank you for continuing the show. It's a bright spot in the ongoing trauma that is 2020. Phenomenal work. Absolutely love it. Why does everything look blank on screen? Let me get back to this. Whoops. Sorry if I've been off for a little bit. But right now it's time to chat to our guest, I think. If it works. And will it? Honestly, no flipping idea. I also don't quite know how you would like to be addressed. Tender Moonlight?
Yep, that'll do. Yep, cool.
Tender Moonlight I have with me right now. You're not on screen as it stands, but people can hear you because I'm just trying to figure out how to get the visuals going. But hey man, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'd be doing a bit better if window capture worked in OBS so that people could see you, because I think that's a bit of a treat. But we just watched your phenomenal music video, so thank you for that. Just like generally having that in the world right now.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Legitimately my pleasure. What we're going to do is just have a tiny slither of you, so please try and stay in the middle of your screen. This is so fucking bonkers. It's so silly. I wish you'll be able to see it in retrospect, but what is on screen of your face is a tiny slither. Because I'm doing some crazy technical shit. Dude, tell me about this music video.
What about it? What do you want to know?
Were you in Japan?
Yeah. I lived there for about 3 years. And then my wife got pregnant, and so we're back in New Zealand now.
That's a pretty good reason to come home, I think.
Yeah. So made that video during the first wave of COVID.
Really?
Yeah, and so like all of the streets were pretty like empty, whereas before they were like the exact opposite and were crazy. And yeah, it was just a really weird feeling of being in those environments with nobody around, like being in ghost towns of places that weren't.
I like that you have taken a trippy thing which we've all kind of experienced. You're like, time to make art, not get freaked out. Time to make a sensational music video.
Yeah, why not?
I think that's the attitude we've got to try and foster as much as possible. Look for the opportunities. This is quite freaky as well because we actually haven't had a chat yet. But thank you so much for the incredible job you did on the podcast theme song as well. It's so good.
Oh, no worries. Cool. Glad you enjoyed it.
I fucking love it, dude. It is really like, it just... You want a podcast to start with something cool as shit as your intro, and that is, for this season, absolutely the case. So it's good stuff. It's so funny to talk to a slither of your face. So tell me, Tender Moonlight, what's going on for you at the moment creatively? Or are you being a dad and that is kind of absorbing all the energy that you have, which is quite
A
understandable?
little bit. Yeah, my creativity is taking a bit of a backseat at the moment. Well, nah. Well, actually, I'm building a VR website for a Māori theatre group, which is pretty fun.
Yes, tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, just there's a Māori theatre group in Hawke's Bay that are wanting to. They got some CNZ funding to take their theatre from, take their performance from the theatre into the cyberspace. So I'm building like a platform for them to show that, which has been pretty exciting.
Is it like video? Is it 360 video? Or are you kind of creating digital assets to tell the whatever the story is?
Yeah, digital assets, yeah, and then having voice acted the people from the theatre group voice act. Yeah, it's just like 3D VR experience.
I've been having a lot of chats with my nearest and dearest recently, particularly people in my little home bubble as we're in lockdown. Because we were talking about how international travel is definitely off at the moment because of the virus. And I think long term, we really need to like relook at our relationship with air travel because of climate change. Because holy shit, I did not appreciate how bad flying was for the environment, but it's not good. So I'm thinking psychedelic drugs and VR headsets seems to me to be the way forward. Agree or disagree?
100% agree. Yeah, of course.
I would love to get to get her on the show, but Jess Johnson, do you know the artist Jess Johnson? There's actually I've got you probably can't see it, but there's
poster.
A print of hers right at the back there, which I love to death. It's like one of the favorite things I own. She created this super trippy VR experience using her art, and then Simon Ward has like animated it, and it just looks fucking phenomenal. Like, I tell you what, it's so compelling. I bought the thing because it was about $7. I don't have a VR headset. I may well never own one, but I bought it just on the off chance that I would ever own one because I want to get into it so bad.
Yeah, I actually saw that when they brought their show over to Tokyo, because I was living there at the time that they brought that over. So, yeah, caught up with them and saw that. It was amazing. I knew it was going to be amazing because they're both amazing artists, but yeah, it was great.
Is VR the future? Is it all VR from now on? Is it like Ready Player One is just knocking on the door?
Yep. Here we go. Buckle up.
Hey, if people really loved your music video and your tunes, including the podcast theme song for Worst Idea of All Time Season 5, where can people buy your beautiful wares?
They can't. It doesn't work like that for me. I don't sell anything. I'm a maker. I'm a performer. If you want to listen to my music, come to my shows. But I don't really have anything in the near future, so I guess just follow me online.
Tender Moonlight, that was the correct answer because the Twitter poll has ended. Our Twitter poll today, if you've just tuned in, was capitalism, ? And our number one first place winner was Yuck with 65.2% of the vote. Yum got just 2.2% of the vote, and just a dollop, thank you, on 32.6%. So by not offering anything that people can exchange money for, Tender Moonlight, you have stayed true to our outcome with the Twitter poll. Congratulations.
Perfect.
You've nailed it.
It was a group effort, I feel like.
Great to talk to you. I've got the URL for the Bandcamp on stage for pattern recognition label. Is that the right thing to be promoting?
Yeah, why not? And Tender Moonlight on Instagram as well is pretty beautiful.
Get on there. Aesthetic is a word that comes to mind immediately. Strong and sexy, to be honest.
For the ladies. The ladies love them.
Boys do too, to be honest. It's hot stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone else to boot. It's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Tender Moonlight. And it's so nice to talk to a slither of your existence. Quite metaphorical.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Catch you later, buddy. Bye.
All right.
That was cool. That was very cool. Check out the Tender Moonlight Instagram page. Look how it's getting all dark all of a sudden. What's the time? 5:30. Boy, it's almost time to wrap up the show, I reckon. Have I got anything else that I forgot to do? Yes, I do. Mellow Code's fantastic music video. Folks, oh, where do we follow you online, Tender Moonlight? Boom, asked and answered. Excellent. This is something I've been looking forward to playing all flippin' show. Oh boy, did I put it in the right place? No. The answer is always no. If the question is, did Tim do the right thing? The answer, no, he did not. Thank you for joining me on this 26th edition of me trying to learn how to do internet streaming and share art with the rest of the world to buoy our mood inside of a global pandemic. Let's not fight it, people. It's reality. Let's just figure out how to navigate through. Mellow Code has sent in another great song and hot as hell music video to boot. Hello, Tim. I have a new music video I'd like to submit for the show. This is my new single that's out on Bandcamp and SoundCloud called Infinite Nights. No, Kyron, I'm going to make one. I got to build one in a hurry while the music video is playing. I'm sorry, I can't get it on screen right now. It's on Bandcamp and it's on SoundCloud. Sorry, Infinity Nights. It is a collaboration between me and a band from Chicago called None of Your Concern. The video I edited together in a fever dream in one night, so I hope it qualifies for happening. Absolutely, my friend. Cheers and down with capitalism, Josh. Josh did not know what the Twitter poll was going to be. In fact, maybe the Twitter poll was formed off of the sign-off of this email, kind of like subconsciously. Josh, aka Mellow Code. So, folks, here it is. Get a load of this shit. You're going to enjoy it. Oh my fucking god, I can't wait to go out again. God damn. That was sensationally cool. Thank you so much to Mallow Code, aka Josh, who has collaborated with None of Your Concern Chicago Band to bring that loveliness to us. Get on mellowcode.bandcamp.com. Support the brother. Get the music. Thank you so much for joining me for Happening number 26. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you. I hope you've had fun. And hey, tell your friends in whānau to jump on board the Happening Waka. Let me get the things on screen. What it doesn't include is the URL for the website, which actually contains everything. Just go to happeningshow.com and all your dreams will become reality. And that's just facts at the end of the day. Where did I put those bloody new... Oh, there we go. Oh, is that what? Show graphics? There we are. Yeah. That's all the bullshit. So you can support us on Patreon if you go to patreon.com/happeningshow. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/thisishappeningshow, and then the Twitter and the Instagram are the same, which is @happening_show. Thank you so much for everybody who's been having a bloody good chinwag in the YouTube comments. You make it what it is, because without you, I wouldn't know if the sound was working or not. Take care of yourselves, everybody. I love you dearly, even if you think I don't. That's a lie, because I do. And I hope you're doing okay. So lots of love to you and those around you, and I will catch you this time next week for Happening number 27. Please send me your art, encourage your friends to do the same. This is happeningshow@gmail.com. I beg of ye. Or else it's kind of boring. It's just me. And we can do better than that. Bye everybody. Take care.